select your CAD, right click. This is one that gets a little cool. You go ahead and right click again. Oh, and I killed myself. Now, I wanted to do this on purpose just to show you, even if you die, you still gain the level. This is an important thing. So it doesn't really matter if you die when you do it, you still gain the level. What's up, people? I'm Xogue, and welcome to the step-by-step tutorial for Psi. We're going to go all the way from 0 to max level, like you have nothing in Psi, all the way to the max level. Now, before we get into things, I do want to mention that I do appreciate like buttons. Hit that like button if you do like this because, well, it helps me out quite a bit. Also, I have a Twitter, I have a Patreon, I have a Ask.fm. I have a whole lot of links down there in the description for you to check out, along with all of the spells that we're going to be going through in order to get you from level 1 all the way to the max level. They're all down there in the description, so please do check that out if you just want to kind of, shift click and copy paste. And we'll get into how to do that stuff here in just a little bit as well. But for now, like button. Yes? Click it, please. Now, the first thing you're going to notice, if you try to come to a spell programmer, you have no idea how to operate this. Now, maybe you've seen this in one of your server buddies' setups or something. You really wanted to know how to do it. How the heck do you operate this? Tag on it. How do you get... Yeah, I get it. I totally get it. No worries. We're going to get to that. Now, the first thing you... Alright, so this is everything you need in order to get this working. Now, at one point during this, I do say to make 4 Psi dust, and you may not know what that means yet, but you will eventually. I'm going to try to remember to add a note onto it, but in case I don't, instead of making 4, make 5. And then you'll be pretty much good to go, and you don't have to worry about it too much. But these are the resources that you need in order to get all the way through Psi, which I know it's not a whole lot, but most of it is just compiling up a whole bunch of spells later. But you want to take out the 27 iron, 5 redstone, 4 cobblestone, and 3 planks. And what you're going to do, the first thing, let's just go ahead and make a piston. Now, this is a regular Minecraft piston. No big deal as far as this is concerned. You know how to do this. We all know how to do this. So there's the piston. Then you put the iron in these slots right here. Take out your CAD assembler. Then you want to go ahead and make 2 of the iron CAD assemblies. 2 of these guys right here. Just like so. Now you want to go ahead and set down your CAD assembler. Put in 1 of your iron CAD assemblies. Take out this little gun thing here. And then you want to put your redstone down on your bar, throw 1 on the ground, go over your casting assistant device and right click. You're going to feel a little tick and a loud noise there. Now, when you do this, you are leveling up. This is your first level, and you see right there, the level up 1, you got 1 level point, unequip your CAD plus C to use it. You have to listen to those instructions before that little overlay goes away. Go away, man, go away. How do you do it? Scroll off of your gun and then hit C. Now you open this guy up right here and you see the tutorial 1. You see all this stuff here. Now don't worry about all of this just yet. We'll get into this in a little bit. For now, just click learn and then hit escape to get out of that screen. Now what you want to do, go ahead and throw 1 on the ground. Now you see my meter over there to the right. It says 200 right now. You want to make sure that number as it builds up is over 100 when you do this. So you hit right click and you see it goes down to 100. You want to make sure it's over 100, but you want to turn all of your redstone into the side dust, which is what you're doing. And once it's over 100, you can go. If you use too much, it starts to take your life points away. If you try to use too much Psi, this mod can kill you quite easily if you try to use too powerful of a spell. And yeah, that's just a bad idea. Now we're gonna go ahead and start crafting. And the reason we haven't done this yet before. Why we didn't batch craft is because we needed the Psi dust. Now, what you want to go ahead and do is put 1 in the top middle slot and then line the sides with iron. Take out your spell programmer. Then you put 1 right in the middle. And you want to go all the way around with that guy to get a basic CAD core. You want to put 1 in the top corner. And then you put 1 there and 1 there to get your basic CAD socket. And then you put 1 side dust and your 1 iron in there. Iron? Did I say iron? I think I did. To make your spell bullet. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so the next thing that you want to do is go ahead and put away your current casting assistant device. We don't need it anymore. You want to make sure it's out of your inventory, because once you have 2 completed guns or casting assistant devices or CADs, once you have 2 of them in the same inventory, it will break your game. You can't use your Psi if you have two of these guys in your inventory. Now, what you want to do is go ahead, set these 3 things right here. Your basic CAD socket, shift click that into the CAD assembler, which we just opened in case you didn't notice. Basic CAD core, shift click that in, and your iron CAD assembly, shift click that in. And you'll see that we're now going to have another one, but this one is upgraded because we have these extra guys here. Now you also have room for a battery and a coloring. If you do want to do that, you have some of the colorings here, which are pretty cool. If you wanted to change the color, the default color is blue, and I love blue, so that's good for me. And the batteries just give you a little bit extra protection in case you are using too powerful of spells. It's a reduced chance of killing you, but we really don't need it. We don't need it to continue. Now, we're about to get ready with the levels and actually how to do all of this stuff, but I do need to make a few notes first. First of all, if you push C, that is how you get to this screen. On any given tutorial that you click on, you see the one with the red outline right here. This is the one that is required to be used in order to get to the next one. To complete that tutorial, this is the one you have to use. Also, I will not be going through and reading everything. It is a lot of stuff for tutorial 1. The other ones are not nearly as much, as they are a lot more specific and don't require as much instruction to learn. But I do highly recommend that you go through these, as being proficient in Psi pretty much requires that you understand how it works. So I do highly recommend it to do it on your own time. Either pause the video and read through it, or just wait until after the video. Either way, you can always go back and look at them at any given point in time. But for now, all you really need to do, now that we've learned tutorial 1, you want to put down this guy, and we're going to get started. Another quick note before we even get started. I apologize. I know I hate when people do this too, but right click in order to add things to the list. And again, like I said, the skills or the spells that we're going to be using to unlock each level are going to be down in the description. There is one link that will lead you to the rest of the links for each level that you're looking for. So you should be able to find what you need fairly easily. Just go ahead and follow through with those, and you will be good to go. Level 1. If you notice up near the top, probably top left, I'm thinking, I haven't set it up yet, obviously, but I'm thinking I'm going to have the level numbers up there so you can easily scroll through the video. If you do need to find a particular level that you are stuck on, feel free to do so, but in this case, we're on level 1. Now, level 1 is fairly easy. You just have to use the debug here. So if you go ahead and place these two, debug and selector caster side by side, you can go ahead and do that. Click on this guy, make sure the target is set to the right. You see this blue mark. This is how you're going to be able to tell, if you're just scrolling through the video, what needs to be where, because each one of these have a different color. So you can use the color to figure out what exactly I am using on any given point in time. Now, after each spell is done, after you have loaded it in, this is what you need to do. You can hit escape, and it will set it will save it right here. Click on your spell bullet, right click, go to your CAD assembler, shift click, shift click, shift click. Just like so. Now that the bullet is in here, each additional spell is very, very easy to set. After your spell is set for each level, for each tutorial, all you need to do is hit escape, go to your CAD thing, and right click on the table. That's it. And then you can spin anywhere else in the world and right click, and you will level up just like so. Now we can go ahead and hit C, do this, learn the second tutorial, which is tutorial 2. Doesn't have an actual thing, just level. Okay, these, all right, cool. Tutorial 2, learn it. Level 2 is also very simple. The only thing you need to do is go ahead and add in your constant number in here. You can choose whatever number you want, but then you need to click on Trick Debug. You see this little marker here, like I was telling you before, it's red. So go ahead and point that downward. You'll see this guy turn into a check mark, and if it isn't there, you'll see an issue. It will tell you what the issue is, and this is the same for all levels, all tutorials. It will always tell you what is wrong. If you see an X, the spell will not work and you can't use it. Now go ahead and add this guy in. We're just going to do number 1. And then, like I said before, the way to get the new spell the new spell, all you got to do is hit escape, go to your CAD assembly device, and right click. Then click it. Go anywhere else and right click again. Level up. Done deal. Level 3 is where it starts to get a little bit complicated. We got two more. We got Trick, Add Motion, and Operator Entity Look. What you want to do is go ahead and add motion, Operator Entity Look, a connector. This one is actually pointed down. You want that pointed down so it actually gets that little angle in there back to the caster. And then this guy right here is a constant of 5. Now you can change this to any number you want. Doesn't really matter, but these are the directions of things. Yellow is to the right, green is up, and red is to the left. Like I said, we're not going to explain what these things do. You should know. You should play with them and figure them out for yourselves, but it would take way too much time to actually explain everything to you, so we're just going to finish the level. This is what you need to do so. So all you really got to do is go ahead and click off, select your CAD, right-click. This is one that gets a little cool. You go ahead and right-click again. Oh, and I killed myself. Now, I wanted to do this on purpose just to show you, even if you die, you still gain the level. This is an important thing. So it doesn't really matter if you die when you do it, you still gain the level. Okay, so I hope I didn't trick any of you. I know if I were following a tutorial, sometimes I'll just go to the screen and pause it so I can copy it down, and then I will actually go ahead and finish it off. So sometimes, if I killed you, I do apologize. But in case you're wondering, there is a way to tell whether or not it's going to kill you before you cast the spell. And what you're going to look at is this number right here. You see, this is the cost. Psi cost on casting. You see, we have 800. This costed us 2,500, so naturally that's going to cause a lot of damage, and that's why we died. Now, if we reduce this number, not 51, that'd be way too much. Just, I don't know, 1. You see the cost is now 100. We can go ahead in here, do this, bam, and now we can move forward just a little bit. About 8 times before we start taking damage. You get the idea. Moving on. So now that we gained that level, we can go ahead in here and you see we have a new learn. We have explode. Now we can start exploding things, which is kind of cool, but keep in mind we don't have much Psi to play with, so we do need to be mindful of how much it's going to cost, and this is an expensive one. Well, not terrible, but it's, you'll see. Now, operator entity position, vector raycast, error suppressor, these are all extra things. This is the only one you have to use in order to level up. So go ahead and learn this guy, and we'll get to the spell. Level 4, you have Trick Explode, Position, Vector Raycast, then you have Entity Position, Entity Look, Selector Caster, and these guys are just going to the left and then to the right. Now if you look at the directions of everything, you can see the numbers. Red is to the left on this guy, blue is up, and then you have green is to the left, position, which is blue, to the right, and then max doesn't matter at the moment. And then these guys right here are just kind of angled directly into this guy. And it's pretty much as you would expect. So you can go ahead, go to this guy, right click, boom. And we just made a big explosion. Just had to fix that hole real quick. Now, push C, go to this guy, and you're going to see that 3 more have unlocked. You see, they're all technically level 5. All that really means is that you have to be level 5 in order to be able to learn them. So now we're on level 5, then we're going to be on level 6, even though it says level 5, and then level 7. You get the idea. We're just going through these one by one, and as we go on, more and more and more will unlock. Now, first up is Entities 101, and what this is closest to point is the one in red, so that's the one we're going to use. So Entities 101, learn that guy, and we'll get on with the spell. Level 5. What we have here, we're going to add some motion to something at the closest point to us, just like so. Now you see all the colors and everything. You can go ahead and pause the video if you need to track down all the letters. Or like I said before, all of the spells are going to be saved into a list that I'm going to present to you guys in a different format. It'll allow you to go ahead and, copy and paste them basically back into this. And we're going to go over that at the end of the video. We're going to learn about all that stuff. If you already know it, feel free, go ahead and do what you got to do. But I'm going to go through that at the end of the video. Now, you see what we have here. All you got to do is go ahead and escape, push number 1, right click, and then right click. Now, we don't have any entity targets because we have nothing in the area, but if we were to go ahead, just kind of put ourselves in creative, get a spawn of a pig. Here we go. Give me a pig. We'll go ahead and do this and this, and bam. We're going to bam, and then we do the bam. He pushed. You see him move? Did you see him move? It takes like 400. Watch. Boop. He got pushed. Just a little bit. Just enough to notice that it was there. Hey, be pushed again. Sweet. Now, go ahead and scroll off of your CAD. Push C. You see this right now? Now numbers 101 is now active. So we can go ahead, get this guy, and the one we need to do is sum. Learn that guy and we'll get on to the spell. Level 6 is very easy. Debug the sum of 3 plus 5. Alright, so we're going to go ahead, right click on this guy and right click. Bam. We have, it's 8. It tells us the answer. We can do math with Psi. Now, go ahead and push C. Scroll off, push C. Now we're on to vectors. You see down here we have vector construct, vector X, Y, and Z, blah, blah, blah. We got a whole bunch of other things. Go ahead and learn that, and we're going to go ahead and get on with the spell. Level 7. What you have here, we're going to have a little bit of an add motion to ourselves right here. What we're going to do, this is the one we have to use, is the vector construct right here. We're basically only using the Y value. These, all of them are optional. You don't have to use any of them, technically. I think that would still work, even though you're not going to do anything. But we're going to have a little bit of fun. So we're basically saying we want to add motion to ourselves and go up 4 blocks at a speed of 3. Now, 3, because it's 900, we do have more since we've been leveling up. And technically, I know I say level 7. Technically, we're already level 7. So we're just going to go with that. The number that I say is the level we're already at. We're trying to get to the next one. You get the idea. Anyway, so now you can go ahead and take your gun out or your cat out. Right click. And then watch. We're going to do a bunny hop. Right click. Woohoo! Ow, my legs. Now you can go ahead, hit C. Alternative casting. All we need to do is selector of a focal point, ruler vector, but we don't need to worry about that stuff. We need to use the focal point. So now go ahead and learn this guy, and we'll go ahead and get on with the skill. See, now we're level 8. Level 8. Pretty much the same deal. Add motion to the focal point, which if you look, selects the focal point entity of the spell, which I believe will be myself. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, we'll find out. Let's go ahead and load this guy up in here and right click. Yep, it's me. All right, so now go ahead, hit C. You see Blockworks is next. Blockworks is next. And what we need to do is break block sequence. So now it's going to start getting a little bit more tricky as we move forward. But you see we are level 9. We do have a decent amount of Psi, which is, the game is paused because I'm in this screen, and single player, it's a thing. So yeah, but this is the next one. So let's go ahead, learn this guy, and we'll get on with the spell. Level 9. This is what you have. Vector raycast, break block sequence, entity position, entity look. Like I said, I'm trying to go through these quick because this video will be way too long if I explain every single one of them. I know I have explained a couple in the past, but anyway, doesn't really matter. This is what we have. You can pause the video if you need to, but all we're really going to do, take this guy out, right click, and then right click. Now, it didn't do anything, but hey, it is what it is. At least we got the level up out of it. Now, go ahead, hit the C button. You go here. Psi Metal Infusion requires all of these guys. Now you know why we went through and did it. So what we're going to go ahead and do, learn this guy. This one's very, very, very simple. You go to the next one. You right click. You go to Psi Metal. PSI or Infusion maybe. There we go. Just like this. Okay, it's Trick Infusion, which is why it didn't work. You can go ahead and escape and then right click. Now we have this skill, but this one is used a little bit differently. Now, what you want to do is go ahead and take 1 gold ingot out of your chest, drop it on the floor, hover over your gun to infusion, and right-click. Done deal. Now, hit C, and now we have some more block movement. Move block is the one that we actually need to use. So go ahead and learn this guy and we'll get on with the spell. Level 11, we're going to move the block that we are looking at from a distance. Up to 32 blocks away is the raycast, by the way. We're going to move it up 1. So go ahead and get out of here. Right click to get your spell, and then right click on a block. Guess it didn't move it. Our spell target's out of range, but hey, it is still a functional level. Now we're going to go ahead in here. Elemental arts, we can do smite. Sweet lightning! Learn that guy and we'll go ahead and get on with the spell. Level 12, we are going to smite the block that we're looking at in this case. So go ahead and get your gun, right click, and right click. Bam! We just smited glass. Shouldn't that turn into something else? Moving on. Now, oh no, push C. Movement advances. Now we're going to do blink. Oh, this is cool. Blinks forward. Learn that guy, and we're going to go ahead and get on with it. Level 13. Trick blink. We're going to blink ourselves forward 3 distances. 3 blocks, I guess? I'm not entirely sure. It does take 120, so be mindful. You can raise and lower this number. Make it 7, but we don't have that much potency in our gun. So let's just go ahead and stick with 3. 3 is what we can handle. 3 is what we can do. So now we're going to go here, right click on our thing, right click to blink forward, level up to level 14. And you do see, like, if we actually measure ourselves, you see, bloop, we're there. Bloop, we're there again. Cool. Now, go ahead and hit C. Learn the next one, loop casting. And we're going to get on with the spell. Level 14, we're going to go back to good old debug. And what we're going to do is we're going to have the loop cast index, which is the red piece that we need to pay attention to. We're going to have that be the number side of this. And I want to see something. That's why we're doing this. We're just going to debug ourselves a few times to see exactly what happens. So go ahead, right click on the table, right click. We get that. Nope. Okay. So since it's not being loop cast, there is a loop cast bullet that is actually described in this the menu here. You can look at if we were to go all the way down, you can see loop casting. It does explain it in here. Like I said, we're not going to go through all that stuff, but yeah, there is a loop cast bullet that allows you to cast the same spell over and over and over and over again, like 4 times a second, blah, 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 blah. It's pretty cool. It's an interesting thing, but like I mentioned, we're not getting into it. Now, go ahead and push C. Greater infusion. We're on to the next step. Go ahead and learn that guy. You also get ebony and ivory, which is really cool. So you get 2 of these guys, although this one we can't use yet. So we're going to just do this guy for now, greater infusion. And yeah, we'll get on to the spell now. Level 15. All it really takes is greater infusion. Just throw that guy in here. Go ahead and grab out, right click, grab a diamond, throw it on the ground, and then hover over and right click. Your CAD stats are too weak to cast this spell. Uh-oh. Since we don't have a powerful enough CAD in order to get this stuff going, you want to come back to your infusion, right-click on it, and then go back to your chest, grab the other 5 gold. Now, don't worry about what's in the chest. The recipe list or the resource list that I showed you in the beginning is the accurate one. I don't make that until after I finish everything else. That way I know I didn't miss anything. So that's just the little thing. Don't worry about what you see here. The resource list in the beginning is accurate. Now, anyway, so now that you have these guys, go ahead and throw them onto the ground. Select your CAD and right-click. Oh, select infusion. Throw them on the ground and then right-click. Now, go ahead to your chest, grab out your other Psi metal, grab out one of these guys, and grab out 4 of these, and actually we need 1 piece of redstone as well that I don't have at the moment. Precisely why I make the resource list afterwards. But now what you want to do is go ahead and make a Psi metal CAD assembly. You want to go ahead and make this guy right here, which is the signaling CAD socket. You want to put this guy right in the middle and go ahead all the way around just like so, like you did the first time, the basic CAD core. And then you want to go to your CAD assembler and shift click all of those guys in. Take out your casting assistant device. Now watch the bar on the right. You see how we're at 5,000 right now? See how it goes away? That's because we have 2 casting assistant devices. So go ahead and put your first one away. Bring this guy, actually, take this guy back out. right click, shift click, take out your spell bullet, and then shift click it back down, and then put him away. And then you can go back here, shift click, and get your casting assistant device. Now we have one that is powerful enough, so we can go all the way down to the end right here. Right click on this guy, go back into your inventory, gotta get out of creative for a second, toss your diamond down, and then right click. Now it did hurt us, but it didn't kill us. And now we have a side gem and we have the next level. So go ahead, hit C. You see positive effects right here, which is really cool. This is another very, very handy thing. I saw this the first time. I was like, oh my God, that's so amazing. I want to use those. So we did. And then let's go ahead and learn this guy and we'll get on to the spell. We got to use the trick speed is the one we are required to use to get to the next level. So here it is, level 16, we're going to be using speed, and if you're going to do something, you might as well go all out. So what we have here is speed 3 for 5 seconds. All we got to do is go here, right click, and right click. Bam! Look at us go, we're super speed. And guess what? We can do it again before it expires. Bam! Pretty amazing. I don't know about you, but I love that. Now you can go ahead and hit C. We have tool casting, so we'll go ahead. We're going to go ahead and do this guy, which is a little bit of a thing. See it down there? It says for tools. Yep. Alright, so here we are, level 17. All we have is a trick break block and the selector block broken. Now, we're not doing anything else. You do see that we do have a check mark, and all you really need to do is go ahead and right click on this guy, and even though it's meant for tools, you can still use it with this. All you got to do is right click. Now, it will give you an error. It will tell you that there was a problem, but it will still give you the level up for it. And you see down here, we are level 18, and we are ready to learn the next one. Now we have a trick of a wither. Now this is the fun part. Go ahead and learn this one. Go ahead and yeah, well, I guess we'll see you back here in just a second once I got the skill or the spell set up. Level 18, we have trick weather on our focused entity. That's what we're working for, and it's basically our focused entity because we have this guy right here, selector caster. So it's whatever my focused entity is. We're going to apply Wither 1 for 3 seconds on that guy. Now, we don't have an entity. That's why I got a few more spawn eggs into my inventory. A couple other things to help me out too. But we can go ahead, bloop, select this guy, go select your spell, and right click. Bam. Now he's got Wither 1 on him. And we have a level up. Now, hit C, go to this side. Exosuit casting. How cool is that? Selector time. Learn this guy and we'll go ahead and get on with the spell. Level 19. This one's pretty simple. We're just going to do a debug of selector time. So we can just go ahead and do that. Select number 1, right click, and bam, we're level 20. 72:15 apparently is the time according to the CAD that we have in our hand right now. So go ahead, scroll off of that, hit C, block conjuration. This is another fun one. Go ahead and learn that guy, and then we'll get on with the spell here in a second. Level 20, we still have our piggy guy over there. Now, we have a conjure block at our position. Now, this is an interesting one. Now, we're going to go ahead and right click. Now, you see, there is a conjured block in our head. The fun thing about these guys is that if we actually go down, hold on, I want to show you this. So if we go like this, all right, we're going to conjure one at our head, right? We can't actually walk through these guys. These are stand-onable blocks. You can stand on these guys. It's very handy. They only last a certain amount of time unless you whack them, but I figured it was interesting to know. You can actually spawn a solid block in your head. I don't know. Whatever. Go ahead, scroll off of that guy, hit C. Flow control is next, where we got to do a sleep trick. Let's go ahead and learn that guy, and we'll get on with the spell. All right, level 21, and I gotta start speeding this along a little bit better because we're approaching 30 minutes, and 30 minutes for tutorial is pretty bad, but this is 0 to 28, apparently, so, you know, hey, it's a thing. Anyway, so we're gonna bring back debug, and we're just gonna trick sleep for 2 seconds, and we're gonna debug that. Now, go to number 1, right click, level up. We outputted null, but hey, we leveled up, so that's the point. Go ahead and hit C. Next one is a smeltery, so we'll go ahead, learn that guy, and we'll be on our way. Level 22, and what we have right here is we're just going to smelt the closest item to us. Basically, that's all we're really going to do. So we're going to go ahead and just drop this guy on the ground. We're going to go ahead, right click on this guy right here, just like so, and right click. Bam! We've smelted it into a piece of iron, and we gained a level. Now, go ahead and hit C, trigonometry. Uh-oh, what in the world? Let's just go ahead and learn that guy. You'll see it's really not that complicated to use pi in a thing. See, look how simple that is. Trick debug with pi as its number, and we're just debugging ourselves again. Go ahead and get out of there, right click, and there's our pi numbered debug message. Alright, go ahead, hit C, learn the next one, detection focus. We got a switch focus slot, learn this guy, and we'll get right back to it. Level 24, as you see here, is pretty simple. A switch focus slot. We're just going to do it by 3. So go ahead, do this, right click and right click. You have reached level 25. While there are more levels to earn and more pieces to unlock, this is the last level in which you will receive more Psi energy. So your Psi energy will be left at maximum of 5,000 from now on instead of continuing to expand. So we can't get any more than 5,000 from this point. So the rest of them are basically optional. If you wanted to continue getting memory management, secondary operators, and these guys, which is pretty cool. There's some pretty cool stuff. So of course, we're gonna go ahead and continue because this is about getting to max level. So let's just go ahead and continue. Now, click on this next one, memory management, save vector. We're gonna go ahead and learn this guy, and then, yeah, we'll get on with the spell. Level 25, save vector. Fairly straightforward. We're just saving the vector of y plus 4, and we're putting it or assigning it a number of 1. So we're going to go into here, right click and right click. Bam. Level up. Doesn't show anything, doesn't do anything, but we did get the level, so that's the important thing. Secondary operators. Go ahead and learn this guy. We'll go ahead and continue with the spell. Level 26. We're now here. We're just going to do this the simple way, debug. We're going to debug the square root of 434, whatever that number is. Let's find out, shall we? Right click to set it, right click to do it. Apparently, it is 188,356. Done deal. Now, push C, go here, learn this last one, and we're going to go ahead and get on with the spell. Level 27, you see it's down here. After we finish this one and gain the level, we will be level 28. So that's what we're working on. This one's very easy as well. Eidos reversal, we're going to go backwards 5 seconds, cost 200. So what we can do is we can go out, hit this button, and we're going to walk around for a little bit and be like, oh crap, I forgot something. Right click, woo! We're reversing 5 seconds. We reversed 5 seconds. Do it again. Okay, we're back. Go, 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 go. Reverse. We jump in everything. It's amazing. I love it. Now, as promised, as I mentioned at the end of this video, we are now level 28. We have maxed out. We have all of these guys. So how the heck do you put them all into your system? Well, there's a very simple way. If you go down here, we have 3 icons. The first one will give you key bindings to do a whole bunch of different shortcuts, which probably could have helped in the beginning, but really not too much. Then you have this one, which is export to clipboard, and this one is import from clipboard. So for example, if we wanted to go ahead and say this one right here, we wanted to make this one appear on this guy at the end, we can hold shift and regular click, not right click, regular click on this guy, and now this is saved in our clipboard. So we can go to this one, hold shift and regular click, not right click, regular click, and now it's put right back in. You can do the same thing. When you see the text on the screen from the links that I've provided in the description, then you can just highlight the entire spell, which you'll know what it is when you see it. You'll see a big block of funky stuff. You just highlight that whole thing, Control C to copy it, and then you can come right back in here and just hold shift and regular click, and it will import it back into here. You'll see it work, you'll see it pop up, and then you'll have your spell all ready to go. You just right click, bam, use it, and you're good to go. Now, we're done. We're finished. I know it was a long tutorial. I do apologize for that, but I do need to get some things set up. I need to go back over my resource list, make sure I got everything, and do some stuff, and then finalize the video, and then get all the spells and everything. I got a lot of stuff to do. But if you did like the episode, if you did like this tutorial, then please do hit that like button. It helps me out tremendously. Please do consider supporting me on Patreon, because that will help me out quite a bit as well. Also, I have a Twitter if you want to see that. I know I mentioned this stuff in the beginning, but everything's down there in the description if you did like it. So if you did like the episode, the video, don't forget to hit that like button. If you want to see more, you want my videos sent directly to you, then don't forget to subscribe, comment, favorite, share if you feel like you want to. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Peace out, peeps.